Hello everyone and welcome back to this episode where I made $2,007. It's an amazing day, guys. This is my record and finally I'm making good money. If you came last year and you told me, oh my god, Hamza, you're gonna make $2,000 in 1 year, I would have laughed at you and probably as well punched you. No, I'm just joking. But guys, let's go. Today I have the live recording of the first $800 and as well I have the day trading screenshot and explanation of the rest $1,200 I made during the rest of the day. Two amazing trades, the last two, and I'm gonna explain why. And instead the scalps, I could have done much better. I could have made over 1K, but let's go right away on the live. So let's start. The market opens and right away we have a little bit of downside. And because I'm a scalper, I look for probably a little washout or a quick washout at the start. And what I see is that NQ has a support at 322. In the moment I think that NQ can find a bounce on that level, I'm gonna bet on Tesla to find a good bounce as well and make a red to green candle. So in the moment that I saw 322 becoming a real support, see on the right of the screen, NQ bounce on 322, yes, and Tesla, I enter right away. I enter with a contract of 1587 and it's a 900 call. And it goes right away on my side. I got green right away and I did good as well. I decided to add it because I was like, NQ might push even further, you know. Unfortunately, the only things I think I've handled it bad is I could have been a bit more relaxed on the first contract because I made $150 on the second contract. I can be relaxed and have a bit of wiggle room to allow myself to probably get a bigger move on the first contract I took because I got it with a very good price on the dip of really on the dip of Tesla on that moment. But of course, easy to speak now than on the live in that moment. But NQ on the right, you can see is kind of getting weak. I was scared to get chopped out. But no problems of that. Let's find the next trade I made. So the next one is a very little one on AMD. I think here my mistakes is that I'm used to trade Tesla where the contracts are big and they move big. And of course, in that case, I just need only one contract to make good money. And I always play only one contract and maximum I add one contract on the winning trade. With AMD, the contract is much smaller. I'm playing now with a $3 contract. I could have probably bought 2-3 contracts to make, the compensation of losing and winning trade like in Tesla, like I'm used to it. But I played with one contract. I added after with another contract, just to compensate a bit. But I was not very patient on it, AMD. I got out right away with one, like with $10-15 gain. And finally, AMD starts to move. It reached around $60 profit and I was hoping for a bit more, of course. I played it very bad. I should have entered, I think the correct number should have been 5 contracts and I played with 5 contracts and get out, step by step with some of them and let probably or 2 or 1 of them to ride probably for a gap fill. I played it bad, but it's all good on that side. So I went back again on Tesla and 886 was the high of the first candle that now can become a break and retest, and that's what I'm playing right now. I'm waiting for 886 and I see that on the right Nasdaq is still able to push. We are getting a little red candle, but it's normal to have a little pullback, so I'm gonna try to get on a pullback and get a nice entry. I entered here and I try to add again on the contract, but you can see that on the left Tesla is making a new high, is gone over 890, but the contract on the little screen in the middle is not making new highs. I was a bit disappointed on that. I got out with one contract. It was started coming back with me, but honestly, I played it very badly. My side is that on the first trade, why get out with the first contract when you had a very good deep buy? Just leave that one run until break even if you made money on the second contract scalp. So now you can see I'm losing the move. The big move that goes to 895 and over. So I could have really made much more today if I was relaxed, but probably the idea of adding contracts it was kind of a bad side for me because of the psychological part. It was quite a bit of pressure, and I did not, I think, handle it very well. Again, here is an 889 break and retest. As you can see, the 2 candles on the left, 3, and now we broke, and we are retesting 889. I bought again 1 contract, and this time is the time I decided to not add when I should have added on this one, because in Q it can push higher, and Tesla is pushing very good, and this time is the time I did not sell. Over 1895. Good, that is a big resistance on Tesla, and that is the reason why I decided here to sell, because I was scared a bit of a possible resistance. Yes, again, this could have been just a better play. Again, easy to say now, but here I could really just hold it, because I'm very high on the day. I'm probably up already $700. Why I should stress myself? Let's have a runner, you know. Especially when you have a good deep buy and Tesla is breaking resistance, just let it go. For example, now I will be already up other $200, but because I'm handling bad psychological speaking, I'm losing possible runners. After that, I tried to play the 1895 break and retest, but kind of missed it because I was looking at AMD, such a bad things, because moving between stocks, it's not an easy thing, and I missed that beautiful 95 week that could have get me a cheap contract, and now I could have handled the pressure of it over 900. But because I bought it a bit more expensive, because I was trying to get the break of 900, I sold it right away for a little profit, and here it was the sad side. Tesla really did not stop to run after that 900, making new high on that 1 minute candle, pushing almost to 910. Yes, this part was unfortunately not the best part. Definitely there were so many things I could have improved. One side is true that I'm doing good to add to winners, but I have to handle them better, and I will show you why. And in the second and the 2 other trades I made today, that made me 1,200. The remaining, I added to them and I handled them much better. Let's go and check them out. Unfortunately, I do not have the record of it, but I'm gonna explain them. So guys, this is 900. This is Tesla. So this is the part I scalped. This is the first part I scalped. Very happy with it. Definitely could have done much more, but let's accept it. So here I was just playing with it, nothing. I was not trading with it, and I was like, I was hoping that Tesla was gonna reach 920 to try to buy a short at the top, but it did not happen. So it came back to 900. 900 is a big level of Tesla, but as well it's a psychological level. So 900 is a number, is a 900 like a 1000, like 1100, 800. So psychological level. So we have like here support, broke, and here what I'm looking for is a resistance. So what we have a break and retest, and I entered on the second retest of 900. I was looking for like the test and the retest. So we have like a kind of double top right now. I shorted it, and it went right away in my favor, and I was very relaxed, because in this case I'm not scalping it as before. I'm trying to get a bit of a movement, because it's not anymore the first 30 minutes where we have a very big candle. It can go back to you right away. In this case you can handle the stress, and you can have a better risk management. So here I decided to add. I bought my second contract here, and I was handling it very well, and here I sold the first one, and here at the bottom I sold my second one. The reason of this sell that kind of came perfectly, I'm glad of it. It's not because of Tesla, to be honest, but because of Nasdaq. I trade, as you can see before from the scalp, I trade with both of them together, and many times I take a play because of Nasdaq is finding support or resistance, and I can kind of guess, we can say it like that, not really guess, but I'm gonna play Tesla being friendly with the market. But NQ was making a double bottom. I don't want to risk it. I'm very up on this trade. I made around $400. So what happened again is that Tesla went back up to the top. But wait, yes, this is the screenshot of the trade. You see dip buy, I added to it, and I sold the first contract, and I sold the last one literally at the dip. I'm very happy with it, very good money, and yes, this definitely, it was a lesson. Break and retest is one of the best, if not the best strategy ever. I think it's literally, since I found it thanks to Option Insider and Vincent, it's really changed my gaming in trading. So 900 becomes again, what becomes again? A resistance. Here I did not bought the put, but unfortunately it's okay. I missed it. Nothing crazy. You're gonna miss place every time. So I was coming and waiting for like a possible re-entry. We have a trend line. We are looking to go down and to test this previous low. This is not the low of the day. Remember, this low of the day is here on the bottom, and we have a gap fill. That was I was looking for. I was looking to get a gap fill here, a long movement to break the low of the day. Sorry, to break the low of the day and then reach the gap fill. That was my goal when I was shorting Tesla. The idea of the next trade is because again a break and retest. But we made a new low here, we broke it, and we are retesting it. And I entered again on it here on the second retest. Very happy with it, and especially very happy because I bought the second contract when it starts again to make a new lows. But this time on the second contracts, I was scalping it all the way down. You know, it was going down. I was gonna sell it. It comes back up, short again, sell it again here. And I was doing it all the way down until, oh my God, okay, I messed it up. Until the dip here where I sold my last contract, the only one remaining, and I sold it here. And that was probably the best trade I've ever made on Tesla. I made around $800 on this trade because of that. You know, I did not panic this time. I shorted here at the top, and now I have space to play with the second contract, you know, and scalping it until the down. So the first contract is making money because the Tesla is going down, but the second contract is making even more money because I'm scalping it all the time. And that was an amazing trade. As you can see here on this picture, how many times I entered and exited. Yes, you might think there's many entries, but because I was scalping it on the downside and I had one contract that was green for a lot, I was comfortable to make some risk, to put some risk on it. So guys, this was the recap of yesterday where I made $2,007. It's a big thing because it's my first time over 2,000. Is my record, is an amazing feeling, especially because after a red day where you start to question yourself. Every time you have a red day, you start to question yourself about your strategy and everything, when you should always relax. The fact I really realized, and as well I say to the people on the Discord or people that text me on Instagram, I learned from Jose and every other people, really the best trade to recover a red day, it comes after a good night's sleep. It comes after a day off. It comes after closing your laptop and leaving for the day. It does not come after 5 minutes you had your red day, or after 5 minutes you made your loss. It does not come. It comes after a nice sleep. So guys, be careful on that. I made an amazing place on this, guys. I recovered the $400 and I made it even more. So if you like the recap, leave a comment, subscribe, and big news are coming. I'm gonna make an amazing video in the next day, probably tomorrow, about a big achievement finally after 2 years of trading, and I hope you're gonna like it as well. Subscribe, guys, leave a comment, and see you next time.